Welcome everyone to the graduation of the class of 2021. Please rise for the national anthem. You may be seated. The chamber choir has a couple more selections to play.
3,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?
In truth that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the way that she died.
It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember the love. Remember the love. Remember the love. Measure in love.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you, Chamber Choir. I'm going to now talk about the fact that we've got a really great, large graduating class, and it's a celebration that everybody has been able to get through this pandemic. I'm going to start off, though, by introducing the top 10. First, the 5 salutatorians. I'm going to read off all 5 names, and then we'll give them a round of applause. As I read your name, please stand. Brock Bollinger. Yasmin Brahim. Brooklyn Shishoka. Gian DiCarlo. Cadence Carmack. Our valedictorians have the great task of delivering a couple minutes of comments, and sometimes those are great, and sometimes it's probably a burden for them to come up with things to say, but in either event, we're going to have them come up in turn. First will be Caitlin Ankeny.
"2021. This is the year I've been counting towards. I remember being in grade school and doing the mental math to figure out when I would graduate. Not because I wanted to be done with school, but because I was so excited to finally start the next chapter of my life. Now that day is here, and it almost seems unreal. Today is the day that this chapter ends and the next one begins. Today is the day that all of us get to turn a new page. Hopefully in the next chapter, we won't be wearing these masks. But that is the scary thing about life. We don't know what to expect. We can hope for the best, but the best doesn't always come. But I have the confidence that my experience at Mishawaka schools has prepared me to expect the unexpected. I did not expect to get an English final canceled because of a Darius Rucker tweet, but it happened. I did not expect to watch corgi races in a history class, but that also happened. And I definitely did not expect a cement stadium enclosed prom, but that, like everything else, also happened. Most of all, though, I did not expect to be sad to graduate. I'm going to miss walking down these halls. I'm going to miss watching games under the Friday night lights. I'll even miss seeing the students I've grown to recognize every day, and the crowded hallways, and the beautifully placed pencil holes on the ceiling. I spent some of the best days of my life at Mishawaka, and although I'm excited to turn the page, I'll always cherish the years I have spent here. At Mishawaka, I've made lifelong friends, I've met some of the world's best educators, and I've written a chapter that I'm proud of. And I hope it's the same for all of you. Although I've learned to expect the unexpected, I expect great things from the class of 2021. I know that we can handle whatever life throws at us. We've lived through a pandemic, an attack on the Capitol, and a Kim and Kanye divorce. We can handle just about everything. I wish you all the best. Congratulations, we did it.
Thanks, Caitlin. Next up is Allison Gordon.
All right, before I'd like to start my actual speech, I'd like to ask Victoria Fish to please stand up. She reminded me a few weeks ago that in 7th grade, she told me I would be valedictorian, and I believe that she deserves a shout out for that because here I am. Good evening, class of 2021. I would like to start off tonight by thanking everyone who has pushed me to be in the position I am in tonight. I want to thank the 2 most important people in my life, my parents. Thank you both for being there for me every day and pushing me to be the very best version of myself. I couldn't have been in this spot tonight without you both. Next, thank you to the teachers that have worked with me over the years, including Jackie Miller and Amber Kozik. as well as the administration. A special thank you to my advisory teacher, Franklin Shedeman, for being such a selfless and caring individual who never failed to check in on me. Also, thank you to my speech teacher, Dee Dee Gerber, for looking over the speech before I gave it. You have all made a difference in my education, and for that I'm forever grateful. I'm pleased to be attending an actual graduation with all of you here tonight. I know this has been an uncertain time for all of us, and many things have been altered or canceled because of our current circumstances. Many games were canceled, events were limited, and school was shut down a time or two. Personally, I remember trying to do schoolwork while having COVID, and it was a nightmare because I was half awake in my bed just trying to get it all done. However, tonight is not a night to dwell on the past, but look towards the future. We have all gone through many changes, but we have all overcome each hurdle this pandemic has brought us. Roger Crawford once said, "Being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional." I believe that this quote seamlessly represents our class. We have all faced challenges throughout these past 4 years of high school, but we have all overcome them with perseverance and pushed ourselves to the very end, graduation. It was not easy for any of us, but we all stuck through it and pushed until the very end. Take a moment now to congratulate yourself because we have all made it to the finish line. However, be aware that although we have reached that finish line, the race isn't completely over. This is just one milestone. Today, this graduation is a new starting line, where we will all take off and begin our own journeys at our own paces. Whether you're going off to college, going to trade school, straight into the workforce, or even the military, tonight is the starting line. Again, congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you.
Next up is Kylie Blake.
I would like to start this off by thanking the teachers and administration for all the work you have put into making this the best year possible under these unprecedented circumstances. It was hard for us adjusting to the new teaching style, and I can't imagine what it was like for all of you. So I thank you for all of your hard work and dedication. I would like to thank my family from the bottom of my heart for always being there for me and for helping me get to this point. I would also like to thank my friends for always supporting me and sticking with me over the years. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift." This quote is the embodiment of this past year. As we all know, everything can change in the blink of an eye, and it sure did last year when quarantine began. I always had an idea growing up of how our senior year would go, and I'm pretty sure most of you did too. Well, this year did not end up going the way any of us could have imagined. Rather than a year filled with easy classes, dances, extracurricular activities, concerts, social time, and everything in between, we were blessed with a year full of questions and a constant feeling of unknown. We never knew if we would be allowed to go back to school the next day, and we definitely didn't know if our internet would work for the Google Meets. Even though we did not get our ideal and picturesque senior year, we sure got one that will go down in history and we will remember forever. As the quote from Eleanor Roosevelt goes, "The past is behind us, and we are lucky enough to have the gift of today, so we do not need to worry about what may happen tomorrow. Let's forget about all the sad moments from this year and the uncertainty of what may come, and focus on the fact that we are here. All the stress, sleep deprivation, disappointment, and doubts paid off. We made it. So let's seize the day, because we do not know what tomorrow may bring." Congratulations to the class of 2021, and I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors, wherever your next chapter may lead.
Thanks, Kylie. Next, we have Rachel Williams.
Hello, everyone. Today is where I want to give my thanks to those who have walked alongside me in this high school journey, starting with cross country. Through Dunes Camp, team dinners, dog bites, and race day, I've witnessed us shape and be shaped by the remarkable bond that we have with each other. So to my cross country family, thank you for blessing me with joy and courage. Track. These past couple months have been a whirlwind of projects and tests and panic over Canvas deadlines. Fortunately, track gave me something to look forward to. So to my track family, thank you for keeping me motivated. Band. Pep Tunes, Disney World, and band camp have flown by, but I've never been able to live so fully in the moment. So to my band family, thank you for giving me hope and pride. To my closest friends, Natalie, you have taught me kindness and have been the sun to my moon, cheesy but true. Sarah, you have taught me resilience and are an amazing role model. Jada, you have taught me to be grateful for who I am, and you put a smile on my face when I needed the most. Kylie, you have taught me to work hard for what I believe in, and you push me to never settle for less. And Yasmin, you are everything I could have dreamed for in a best friend. You supported me through the good times and the bad. You taught me dedication and true friendship, and for that I will always be grateful. To my mom and dad, grandmas and grandpas, cousins, aunts, uncles, and everyone in between, thank you for every opportunity I've been given. You have taught me patience and kindness, humility and love. You complete my family. And finally, to the class of 2021, it only takes one faithful friend, one understanding parent or coach or teacher to bring joy to life and make us better versions of ourselves. What I want us all to remember is that we choose our family. We choose who brings us joy and who makes us the best people we can be. Congratulations, class of 2021, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you all, Vals and Sals. Amazing performance, especially under the circumstances, but I will tell you, we're looking at the GPAs of the Vals and Sals. They're just as good as it would be in any year, so they really stepped up and made it work despite the adversity. How could I possibly forget Joaquin DeFries? I think Rachel's comments just threw me off so much. All right. Joaquin DeFries, everybody.
I was worried there for a second. The day was March 13th, 2020, near the end of the U.S. history class. Even though it was Friday the 13th, we all felt it was a lucky day. We had just received the announcement that school would be canceled for the next 2 weeks. Our spirits were high as we left the classroom. My friends Charles and I celebrated our surprise vacation with a trip to the Golden Arches. As we had our burgers and fries, Charles looked at me and said something like, "Bro, this is great. A break from school is exactly what I needed." I agreed to look forward to the opportunity to catch up on my sleep and relax a little. I have not returned to the classroom since. We are graduating under some of the most difficult circumstances in recent memory. The possible exception of 4 SAPs who graduated in 2008. Our schedule changed 4 separate times. The school experienced many technical difficulties, and a first attempt to return to in-person learning ended prematurely. Everything that could have gone wrong with the school's network did. I recall a remote learning day where an unscheduled fire alarm went off in the school building. Our teacher evacuated, but failed to tell us what was going on. My virtual classmates and I sat in complete confusion for 30 minutes. Had she given up on us? Was the building actually on fire? What was happening? In the face of difficulties such as these, living in doubt about what exactly is going on, what the next few hours and days might look like, assuming the worst, hoping for the best, we pulled through and finished. We've succeeded. As we take the next steps in our lives, our resilience in the face of adversity will serve us well. Let's just hope we don't have to do any more virtual learning. There's a lot I can handle, but staring at Charles' profile pic for hours on end is just too much. Thank you.
I should have realized that when Brock Bollinger was tapping him on the shoulder, he was trying to give me a visual clue to get my act together. It almost worked. So. All right, so we're going to have the choir sing the Mishawaka High School alma mater. Our superintendent, Mr. Barker, has a few things to say.
Good evening. It's my great honor to congratulate the Mishawaka High School class of 2021 on behalf of the Board of School Trustees and our 750 School City of Mishawaka employees. We are proud of your accomplishments, we're proud of your resiliency, and we're proud that you are cavemen. It's my privilege to introduce our Board of School Trustees. Behind me to my right is Mrs. Holly Parks, our president. To my left, Mrs. Amanda Roberts, our vice president. Mrs. Angela Lehman, secretary. Mrs. Melissa Johnson, member of the board. And Mr. William Pemberton, member of the board. This is the Board of School Trustees that leads and directs policy to lead our school district of 5,200 students. Finally, I would just like to say congratulations to all the parents, families, and friends of the graduates. We appreciate your support of the graduates, and we appreciate your support of Mishawaka schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barker. It's my privilege now to introduce the guest speaker for the event, and I'm going to read you her bio, which is rather expansive. Our guest speaker is a 1980 graduate of Mishawaka High School and received her Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications from Indiana University, Bloomington. After a decade of journalism and education policy experience, she founded the Calamari Productions in 1998. At the time, Calamari was one of the first female-owned television production companies in the United States. As Calamari's founder and chief executive, she brings 25 years of broadcast experience to the Calamari projects from her time as a radio and TV news reporter in Indianapolis to the 2 decades she has spent creating, writing, producing award-winning documentaries and TV series. Today, Calamari Productions remains the only production company in the world with special waivers granted by state Supreme Courts around the U.S. to bring documentary cameras inside juvenile courts and juvenile prisons, venues that are legally closed to media and the public. Because Calamari has gained the trust and extraordinary camera access into the award-winning, into these venues, they've been able to produce award-winning films and video content used around the globe and from television networks and streaming outlets. Calamari Productions has won journalism's highest awards, including Emmys, prestigious Edward R. Murrow Award, and more than 16 national awards for groundbreaking programming. Her career also included 3 years as Deputy Legislative Director to former Indiana Governor Evan Bayh, where she assisted in writing 3 States of the State addresses. It is my honor and privilege to present our guest speaker, Ms. Karen Robb.
Thank you, Mr. Ross, and welcome everyone tonight. Well, class of 2021, you made it. Give yourselves a hand. And now, turn around and give your parents and loved ones a hand because they helped you get here tonight, right? First of all, I want to say you probably thought it was a cruel joke after everything you guys have been through when Mr. Ross announced that you'd have a Karen for your graduation speaker tonight. I know. I'm going to take 1 second to dispel that myth. Let me tell you one of the last acts of my career here at Mishawaka High School was staging a senior walkout when our principal wouldn't allow us to have a pep rally the day of the big Mishawaka Penn High School football game. Not only did I stage a senior class walkout, but that morning I called all the TV stations and the local newspapers and I said, be at Mishawaka at 10 a.m. because the seniors are gonna do something big today. And sure enough, the cameras showed up, the newspapers showed up. We were on the local news that night, we were in the newspapers the next morning, and kind of my career as a juvenile delinquent in Mishawaka was pretty well sealed. We Karens had an epic reputation back in the day. Now, I want to say, despite the number of years that I've been gone from Mishawaka, this place has never left me. I was born and raised on the corner of Division and Lawrence Street. I lived there until I left for college. My parents lived in that same house until the day they both died almost 30 years ago, over 30 years ago. Back in my day, our part of the neighborhood was considered the other side of the river. And it was filled with wonderful working class immigrant families just like my own. And I didn't realize until a little later on that it was also considered the wrong side of the tracks. Now, you have to understand, I loved my neighborhood. I loved my childhood. And as far as I was concerned, money or lack of it back then meant absolutely nothing to me. I realize now that my parents realized that my brother, sister, and I might have a few higher hurdles to climb than others to achieve our dreams. And let me tell you, the 3 of us had some big dreams. But my parents never once allowed us to think that our financial situation or our neighborhood would ever stand in the way of us achieving those dreams. My parents ended up passing away when I was in my 20s, but I can tell you to this day, the fact that they never said that we were less than has been one of the greatest gifts of my life. truth be told, my brother and sister should probably be standing up here tonight. Everyone in my family, as well as all of my classmates, will tell you they're way smarter than me, they're more talented than me, yet here's their baby sister. I can tell you that my brother, a 1978 graduate of Mishawaka High School, is one of the world's top golf photographers. If you Google his name, you will see the most iconic photographs of Tiger Woods and all the best golfers in the world over the past 30 years. My sister, Kathy Furore, a 1975 graduate of Mishawaka High School and the first in our family to go to college, is a brilliant writer, and she and her husband own their own production publishing company in Chicago. Yet, all of our dreams started on Division Street. I can tell you that my TV career actually started in the halls here at Mishawaka High School, just down the hall in Mr. Chamberlain's radio and TV class. That one teacher and that one class dictated what I was going to major in college and ultimately led to the career I have today. And I can tell you 23 years ago when I started my production company and ended up signing my first TV contract, I wrote Mr. Chamberlain, and I thanked him for that. Mishawaka was and still is a part of my journey. When Mr. Ross introduced me here tonight, he said all the things that good resumes like to tout, the networks and the awards. And while I'm really proud and grateful for all I've been able to accomplish, there's one piece of advice I want to give you kids here tonight, and that's this. Never, ever wait for someone to tell you you can. Trust me, you can. I was told early in the 1980s I couldn't be a sports reporter because women didn't do that back then. I was told I couldn't start my own production company because I didn't have the expertise or the resources to do something like that. I was told I'd never sign big network TV contracts because a random girl from Mishawaka, Indiana just didn't get those kinds of opportunities. And then eventually I went out and I did all those things because A, I'm kind of crazy, but B, I'm also a proud Mishawaka caveman from Division Street, and absolutely no one can stop small town kids from doing exactly what they want to do with hard work, grit, and determination. Look, despite what I do for a living and where I live now, I vividly remember what it's like to go to an ATM and pray to God there's going to be enough money in my account to live for another week. You never forget things like that, ever. I know what it's like to be looked over for opportunities again and again and again, not just days and weeks and months, but years. And yes, it still happens today. And I can't quite explain when people ask me, Karen, why didn't you just quit? Why didn't you just give this crazy business up? And the best thing I can say is because the Karen Furore that walked these halls back in the late 70s and 1980 is still in me today. She always has been, she always will be, and that fire is still burning. A lot of you here have that fire too. As a matter of fact, you all do. Some of you have it already, and that's great. And others of you, you might not realize what it is for many years, and that's okay too. Be patient with yourself. The other thing I always recommend is be open to opportunities that you think you might not have any interest in at all. I thought I would be a sports reporter my whole life. I said I hated politics. I didn't even like my husband in high school, and I married a 1979 graduate of Mishawaka High School. I ended up being fired as a sports reporter. I worked in a governor's office for 3 years. I started a production company that focuses on juvenile justice issues of all things, and I actually do still like my husband today after 35 years of marriage. I can tell you that I know it's a Friday night and everybody wants to get out of here, and I remember exactly what it's like to be all of you 41 years ago. I think it's just one story I'd like to share before I leave the stage tonight, and it's something that my mom told me when I was your age. As I said to you before, I think my parents knew that if I was going to chase my dream of being in network TV, I was going to meet people and have to correspond with people who had life experiences that were completely foreign to me. And so she said, Karen, if down the road you're ever in a conversation and you feel it's a bit intimidating or a bit over your head, be an interviewer. People love to talk about themselves and their experiences. Once you do that, it'll take the focus off what you don't know, and the conversation will flow a lot more smoothly after that. Well, I can tell you those words never rang more true than when I signed my first big network TV series deal, and a couple of executives decided to take me to some swanky sushi restaurant in Los Angeles. Well, I had never had sushi before. I'm a spaghetti and meatballs kind of girl. I had no idea what to order, and a little bit of panic started to set in, and then my mom's words immediately came to mind. And I started interviewing those network executives like Oprah Winfrey in a Prince Harry and Meghan Markle interview. I interviewed those guys until the server finally came to take our order, and I said, you know, I haven't even had a chance to look at the menu. You guys go ahead and order for me. I'm sure I'll love it. I love all kinds of sushi. Crisis was averted, and I've been an interviewer ever since. So before you leave here tonight, I have just a few little pearls of wisdom that I'd like to share that I hope might stay with you as you all leave to go celebrate your hard-earned diplomas tonight. Number one, make as many contacts anywhere and everywhere that you can. You have no idea how those contacts might be life-changing in the future. Number two, I meet a lot of extraordinary kids in dark places inside prisons. Here's one thing I always tell those kids. Where you are does not have to define who you become. You are the holder of your dreams. Number three, some of your friends here tonight are going to be friends for a lifetime, and other friendships are going to fade away. But don't be sad about what's over. Always stay excited for what's ahead. Finally, number four, what you take from this world might give you a living, but what you give to this world is what gives you a life. Trust me on this one, you get back what you give. Class of 2021, stay hungry, stay humble, and never let this pandemic define who you were as students, but use it as energy for all the amazing things you can do ahead. Enormous congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Karen. Amazing words, and I appreciate your being able to travel here to deliver them. We're moving on toward the end here. So next we have me certifying your ability to be graduates. So here I go. President Parks, I present the Mishawaka High School class of 2021. They have met the state requirements and the requirements sent forth by the Board of School Trustees of the School City of Mishawaka. President Parks.
Good evening. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Ross. It is my pleasure that School City of Mishawaka, the Board of School Trustees, accepts Mishawaka class of 2021. Congratulations.
This year's graduating class, like every year, has a number of seniors that are committing to serve in the military, one of the various branches. I'd like you to stand and be recognized for your commitment to serve your country and to love your country. Some of you know I served for 24 years before coming to Mishawaka High School, and I threw it out there a little bit, but this really applies to everyone. Love your country and serve her with honor, because it only helps you and everyone around you. All right, so moving on. I want to give a shout out to some of our people who helped arrange for tonight. So before conferring diplomas, I want to thank the custodians, the volunteers, Mr. Brown, Mrs. Sigler, Mrs. Mann, Mrs. Escher, Mrs. McNeely, and Mrs. Hathaway for all the help they did putting this together. My fellow administrators, Mr. Troyer, Mr. Brew, and Mr. Steinkellner will read the graduate names, starting off with the top 10. So top 10, please rise.
Caitlin Ann Marie Ankeny. Allison Marie Gordon. Kylie Blair Blake. Rachel Lee Williams. Joaquin DeFries. Brock Bollinger. Yasmin Zara Brahim. Brooklyn Marie Shoshoka. John DiCarlo. Cadence Elise Carmack.
Tyler Ackerley. Kincaid Anthony Akery. Jacob Elias Giselle Adams. Connor Drew Addison. Julia Alberts. Jonah Thomas Amos. Robert Carson Andrews. Angel Renee Nicole Austin. Holly Doris Begaris. Ashlyn Sierra Bailey. Faith Ann Bailey. Delaney Nicole Banks. Ashton Michael Barnhart. Abby Rose Barson. Gabrielle Matthew Bean. Kiera Jade Bennett. Noah Cole Biggs. Star Rain Biggs. Cheyenne Rain Billings. Justice L. Bender. Brooklyn Harley Marie Bishop. Hayden Nicole Bollenbacher. Jeremy Bonk. Romera Monet Boston. Evan Philip Borg Gilson. Audrey Rose Bradley. Ivan Richard Brady. Matthew James Brandt. Colin Christopher Briney. Braden Michael Brown. Leanne Nicole Brown. Alexis Paige Brummer. Raylyn Bryce. Bradley Ryan Bunton. Michael David Burris. Zamira Burrows. Kaya Marie Campbell. Keandra Campbell. Armando Campos. Carla Francesca Castro. Dominic Brian Chiaro. Tanner Klein. Michaela Marie Colburn. Megan Elizabeth Kahn. Mark Thomas Crooks. Troy Allen Crooks. Alexis Ann Cunningham Gloucester. Macklin Orion Curtis. Jessica Irene Dolman. Emily Madeline Daniels. Alexis K. Davenport. Braden Michael Davis. Bryston Schuyler Davis. Haley Nicole Davis. Jasmine Marie DeFrew. Jason Paul DeWilkins. Autumn Rose Dill. Selena Rose Dill. Courtney Elizabeth Downs. Devin Demetrius Drakes. Emily Grace Duddleston. Breasia Charday Eccles. Kaylin Marie Edwards. Gavin Eugene Eggendorfer. Cole Nathan Enyard. Michaela L. Earp. Haley Renee Edis. Tyler Joel Fair. Sanaya C. Fields. Victoria M. Fish. Miracle Star Flory. Brody Matthew Fogarty. Brandon Michael Fry. Claudia Rose Fugate. Chase Andrew Fulmer. Lady Giovanna Galliano. Gavin Nicholas Gappa. Abel Caesar Garcia. Mia A. Garcia. Ashley Gurman. Elizabeth Gillette. Orlando Angel Rodriguez Gillen. Trevor Lee Glassburn. Haley Marie Glassman. Keegan Matthew Gehring. Jasmine S. Gomez. Savannah Lynn Grady. Luke Edward Graham. Nathan Javier Granados. Madeline Elizabeth Gruber. Tasia Lene Garzinia. Delaney K. Geyer. Levi Anthony Hall. Nikki Ann Marie Hall. Elijah C. Hamilton. Janessa Ann Haynes. Faith Elizabeth Hardy. Seamus Riley Harlan. Reese Marie Harness. Michaela Ann Harrison. Cole Walter Hoy. Colin Edward Hayes. Isaac Joseph Hayes. Abigail Ann Healy. Trevor Austin Heinsberger. Sean M. Hennings. Bethany Herman. Samantha Marie Elizabeth Hill. Haley Nicole Hoffman. Leah Denise Holcomb. Alexander Holtzclaw. Gavin Allen Hoover. Emma Michelle Hubbard. Haley Jordan Jastrzemski. Caleb Johnson. Tanner Rex Johnson. Trenton Lee Johnson. India Jones. Trinity Jones.
Courtney Lauren Kempf. Lillian Marie King. Abby Marie Colazar. Grace Elizabeth Kresmer. Lindsay Elizabeth Creel. Caitlin Elizabeth Kruger. James David Cooch. Isabella Catherine Kukla. Josephine Kitta. Mariah Ann Lennox. Haley Renee Lewis. Cameron Stacy Lidgard. Kane R. Likes. Sabrina Jean Line. Gracie E. Lovett. Nicholas Edward Lula. Jordan Jesus Luva. Esmeralda Macedonia Augustin. Brooklyn Marciniak. Brianna Mars. Elijah James Marshall. Jasmine Marie Marshall. Olivia Alexandria Martin. Gabriel Justin Martinez. Andrew Patrick Mason. Bryce Douglas McDougall. Jacob Albert McIntyre. Asiri Sinai Cassius McKinistry. Linnea Grace Means. Caden William Chase Medich. Brianna K. Melville. Madeline J. Mencia. Kanaya Jasmine Menafield. Haley Michaels. Skylar Molesky. Ashante Taylor Miller. Dylan Edward Montgomery. Lydia W. Maturi. Ashley M. Myers. Brendan Bradley Nation. Trey Anthony Neely. Donovan Michael Newton. Tyler Anthony Nichols. Alexander Michael Noland. Luna Joe Norman. Chloe Irene Norton. Ethan Robert Nowacki. Wilson Patrick O'Donnell. Jordan L. Okonski. Jada Rose Obrin. Hillary O'Connor. Dominic Owens. Devon M. Parker. Antonio Reed Parks. Alexandria Nicole Patterson. Chase Christopher Fend. John David Purtle. Caitlin B. Pixley. Corinne Maria Fletcher. Autumn Jewel May Porter. Maximo John Powell. Justin Timothy Pressel. Ashley Marie Price. Taylor Marie Pyle. Declan Thomas Quintanilla. Jack Avery Raker. Gabriel Elijah Reed. Kylie Renee Reynolds. Roman Lusenko Robic. Deja Simone Robinson. Alexandra Rodriguez. Christian Jesus Sanchez. Monaco Caddy Sanchez. Garrett Frank Sandifer. Corey Douglas Lawrence Sanders. Darion Terrell Sanders. Alexis Janelle Savado. Michaela Bell Shar. Alexis Grace Schlemmer. Flynn Charlie Scorzelli. Natalie Grace Scott. Jaden Anthony Seamack. Bailey Lynn Shambaugh. Claire Elizabeth Scheid. Damian Alexander Chenal. Jaden Chad Michael Chenal Tunguma. Andrew Robert John Robert Sinkovics. Mariah Chanel Slabaugh. Matthew Edward Slesman. Dakota Charles Schmatenka. Jared Thomas Smith. John Jerome Smith. Michaela Smith. Raymond Boyd Smith. Tiana Lene Smith. Kaylin Renee Spielman. Morgan Ann Steinecke. Hunter James Stevens. Jessica E. Stewart. Jenna Gabriel Stickler. Dakota Alexander Stone. Malachi Patrick Stump. Olivia K. Suter. Bria Donnellan Swank Mason. Preston Selesky. Aaron Joseph Zeltner. Emma Layla Taff. Essence Tanner. Chad Edward Tanner III. Lily Grace Thompson. Jaden Danielle Tiller. Victoria E. Tiller. Cody N. Timmerman. Caitlin Ann Tosh. Kyle A. Traxler. Alexandra Ruth Turley. Isaiah Anthony Turley. Jeffrey Cole Vandegrift. Yaneli Vasquez. Abigail Anna Pauline Watkins. Emma Claire Welch. Janice White. Brandy R. Williams. Austin Jacob Whistler. Matthew Ryan Witt. Mia Nicole Woods. Lucas Jeffrey Yohe. Mackenzie Ann Yunkin. And last but not least, Odin Zachary Zawacki.
This will be your last official direction you will receive as a high school student. This ceremony is a simple but symbolic one. The mere moving of your tassel on your cap from right side to left side will show that all assembled here that you are leaving your high school days behind and accepting the challenges of being an adult and an alumni of Mishawaka High School. Students, please stand. Move your tassels from right to left. You are graduates. Congratulations. This concludes our ceremony. You're dismissed.